Welcome back, KQ2 fans. I'm Josephfer Williams. Now, when I sit down with a special guest, usually most times you guys see me with some type of professional wrestler, but I'm here with an MMA fighter. We're here with DeAnna Vitamin D Bennett from Invicta Fighting Championships. So how are you doing today, DeAnna?
I'm doing great. Just happy to be here with you.
So before we get started, I have to ask you about this nickname, Vitamin D. How did you get that nickname? And usually we get, Showtime, Prime Time, something like that when it comes to these MMA fighters.
Yes. So I'm just going to claim that it's from my bright, shiny personality. I'm just kidding. That's not where it came from. But I was on The Ultimate Fighter, one of my friends, Barb Honchak. I may have made some inappropriate jokes in the 6 weeks that we were on the show. And she's like, oh no, you're not the Argentine assassin, which was my old nickname. She's like, you're Vitamin D, and I will not accept anything other than that. And I was like, perfect. And I will not elaborate on what jokes. That's for a different time.
That's for a different time.
We're keeping it PG, guys.
Perfect. Well, that's a great start there. So, DeAnna, let me ask you, we always get these perspectives from professional wrestlers, whether it be with TNA, AEW, WWE, but MMA is a completely different world. Obviously, we know that wrestling is, scripted sometimes, and obviously outcomes are predicted, but in MMA, it's a completely different outcome. So how is life as an MMA fighter?
Honestly, if you want to be the top and be an MMA fighter, it's your entire life. My whole time, I basically live in the gym, which is great because my fiance is also in the gym. He trains, he's a professional jiu-jitsu athlete. And it's just long days, but I love it. I used to work in an ER, I used to work in other jobs, and I made great money, but it just was never fulfilling to me. MMA has always been my passion since the first day that I did it, and it's long. You get beat up, you get the black eyes, you don't know what's gonna happen, like there's danger, but it's something that I love so much. I put my whole heart and soul into it, and I get up every day and I love it. I also teach jiu-jitsu and teach Muay Thai on the side, and we have a guy, he's actually a high level in Wells Fargo Bank, and we do privates with him, and he's just like, I envy you guys. Like, it's something that I wish I could do. Like, he has like multiple houses, he has like the crazy fancy cars, and he always is like, I wish I had your life and get to do what you do every day because I could see how much you love it. And I'm like, it's true. Right. I do.
Perfect.
Can't complain.
Perfect.
Give me one of your cars, please.
So, as somebody you fought, like you said, in the Ultimate Fighter, so UFC, you also fought in Bellator, and now you're back in Invicta. What's it like just kind of fighting in these different companies and fighting around the world there?
So many different experiences that I never thought I would have the opportunity to. It's been great. I started locally, and then when I started going nationally fighting, I was with Invicta, and they're such a great organization. Like, that's why after being with Bellator and coming back, it felt like coming home, honestly, just because everyone was like, DeAnna, I'm like, oh, hello, I'm so excited to see you. And I was like, I promise I'll keep my hands to myself. We're good. But it's just, it's a dream, honestly. I don't fight for the money. I fight for my love of it. If I was fighting for the money, I'd probably been down a long time ago. It's something that I really enjoy, and so it's been so great. Obviously, everything has their hard moments where I'm like, what am I doing? But I love it. I really do.
So, DeAnna, as we were mentioning earlier, off record, I've been trying to work on this perspective from the women's side of things, whether it be in wrestling or fighting like yourself here. And obviously Invicta is one of the biggest women's only fighting promotion here. What is just it like, being in this male-dominated sport, but then fighting in Invicta, which is basically women-dominated here, is like I like to say, and being in that world of just fighting, taking these bruises, black eyes, all these things here, and just having that women's perspective there.
Honestly, it's seeing what Invicta does for female athletes has been huge because it is very male-dominated sport. There's the countless times I go to the gym and I'm like, hey, I'm the only girl here. Like, to me, nowadays, I don't even recognize it, but sometimes I'll look around the room and I'm like, I really am the only female here. I'm like, all right. Especially on rough days where I'm like, why do I feel like I'm just getting a little bit beat up today? I'm like, oh, that's the one. That's it, because everybody weighs 200 pounds and are like twice as big as me. But just having the accessibility for companies like Invicta is huge for female athletes. And I love to see the growth from when I started to what it is now. When I first started doing MMA, there was no women in the UFC. It was super hard to get a fight. Like, I only had 2 amateur fights because they're like, we can't find you another amateur fight. It's either you go pro or you don't, because there's not a lot of females around. And I was like, all right, well, guess I'm going pro. That's cool. And Invicta does everything they can to promote females and to put their athletes out there, and they take care of their athletes so well. Like, most of the top people from the UFC came from Invicta, like all the first champions and everything, and there's a testament to that because they really do cultivate their athletes, and I love seeing it, and I love being a part of it.
That's perfect. I'm glad you guys are getting that promotion, and Invicta is giving you guys some spotlight there and showing what you guys can do here. So let me ask you, Invicta is known for being in Kansas City. I saw through your record, a lot of your fights have been in Kansas City. Does that feel like home for you, and what's it like kind of fighting in this area around you?
Honestly, I never thought I would say it feels like home being in Kansas City, but it really does. Every time I come back, I'm like, can't wait to go to this place, and like, I'm so excited to fight in this venue again, and I know where everything is, the lay of land, and it's like I get to come back and be like, these are my people. This is great. I really do like it here. I'm like, kind of feel like a weird little nomad, but I'm like, because everyone's like, oh, Kansas City, you have to go there again, and I'm like, but it's something that I'm familiar with. It's somewhere that I like. It's honestly, me and my fiance were talking today. I'm like, this would be kind of a nice place to live. I'm like, never thought I'd say that about Kansas City because I'm from California and he's from Jersey, but it's like, it's a great place and I love it. It's amazing. And they've got an awesome Argentine restaurant that I can't wait to go to after this fight. The best.
We're glad you love it here in this area.
It's great.
So, DeAnna, you came back at Invicta 57, is that right?
I think so.
Right, perfect. So, obviously now here at the next event here, you're working to get back to that flyweight belt and getting that championship here. What are some of your goals as you make your way through the rounds and fighting these different women throughout the promotion here?
A belt has always been my goal. I've gotten really close. I've got to touch gold before, but never got to take it home with me, unfortunately. So it's something that I'm still working towards, and it doesn't matter who they put me up against. I'm in the gym, I'm working, I'm training. I want to go against the toughest people because I know that that's what's going to get me there to the belt. And so really excited just to kind of test myself there. And like I said, I don't care who you put in front of me. I'm gonna fight them. And like Shannon, she texted me and was like, "How do you feel about this person?" And I'm like, the answer is always yes. Like, yeah, I have to go ask my coach, but most of the time it's yes from him too. But I just love being in a cage. And like I said, the one thing I haven't had in my career is I haven't had a belt, and the Invicta belt is something that means a lot to me. So I'm going to do whatever I can to get there.
And obviously you guys are going to be hosting Invicta on Friday, so you got a couple of days before you step into that octagon in the cage there. What can people just expect from you and expect from Invicta as a whole, maybe, for people that may not have seen it or are going to be interested in going out there?
The whole show, it's going to be exciting. One thing that's for sure about female fights is that we like to throw down. We really do. Obviously things happen in the cage, you never know, but we have all trained so hard to get here that we want to put on a show for the fans. We want to show everything that we've got. And I'm pretty sure I could speak with everybody on the card that's saying that they're excited. Like, I've ran into several girls through the week, and all of them have this just tenacity to them that is unmatched. And so it's definitely going to be something that people want to tune into. If you're local in Kansas City, definitely come down. Me personally, I'm looking to put my best foot forward and to be the best fighter that I can inside that cage, and I'm ready to make it a show. No matter what happens, you know, looking for a finish, doing whatever I can. It's going to be a good time no matter what.
Perfect. Well, DeAnna, that's all the questions I have here for you. I wish you nothing but the best. Hope you have a great fight this Friday, and hope we can get out there to watch you in person in Kansas City. So if you guys are interested, you can see DeAnna and the other women of Invicta Fighting Championship Friday, May 16th at the Lex at the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City. You can get your tickets at invictafc.com. And we want to thank you again, DeAnna, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's been great.